Hey yo, it's your boy Caleko. Now, while I'm saying this, there's nobody in the room yet, but isn't that a gorgeous stone for whoever watches this video after I get done uploading it live? Look at that thing. It's starting to look beautiful again. Last time I shot this video, man, I was really scared about this stone, but now I think this stone's going to be really amazing. Hey, we got one person in the room. Oh, two people in the room. I forgot to type in my message. Say something. Whoops. Say something. So no, you're in the room. I type horribly. I spell horribly also. Forgot my E in something. It's all yelling. It's all caps. Hey D, how you doing, buddy? Stone's starting to look not half bad, huh? Look at that. It's gorgeous. Starting to look pretty. Got two people in the room. It's a Friday night. Who knows who's out doing what? But I am going to be carving fire agate this Friday night. That's what I'm going to be doing. I worked all day. I wanted to do some fire agate carving last night, but I just didn't have the ability to after I got off of work and did the dishes and ate some dinner. I was just too damn tired. So I watched an hour of a show and then took a shower and went to sleep. Filling up my water bucket real quick. 4 people in the room. Some people have said something, but I can see they said something, but I can't read it yet. I'm not near enough to the screen. Got to fill up this bucket real quick so I have a water drip. But you guys got a great picture to look at. Things looking pretty. If I finish this fast enough and I have plenty of other time to work, I'm going to polish some of these other stones. I have 1, 2, 3. I got 4 I could take to a polish with just a little bit of work right now. And then I got 3 other ones dopped that I could do a bunch of work on. Let me sit down here and see what the screen says. We got Hannah Fry saying hello. D says it's looking good. Bougie Bear Vintage, what's up, man? And Margaret, how you doing, Margaret? See if I can say that name. Soya. Margaret Soya. Do I have that right? Sounds like it spells like a Native American last name almost. That's just me guessing though. Put my mic in the mic holder, see if I can get in the proper position. This is one of the biggest pains for me, to tell you the truth. Although I figured out how to make myself better clip-on stands for light, or not lights, but for mics and for my camera, but I didn't order any of the parts to do that yet. Well, that little spot right there, it looks like it's a cave instead of it's a raised spot. It's like a raised pimple, not a lowered one. Well, there I go dropping it. I'm gonna back the screen up a little bit anyways. Get my little stand out of there. 9 people in the room. How you doing, 9 people? Oh man, I just saw my water bucket. It's slammed full. It's got a lot of water in my water bucket. My bad water bucket, not my good water bucket. 10 people in the room. How you doing, 10 people? Boy, this water's been sitting outside since a couple of days ago, and it is icy, icy cold. I tell you what, man, it is just freezing cold on the fingertips. It's been pretty cold in my area recently. And that's not a good shot. Getting my shot right before I get started working this stone. I hope to have this stone done in no time flat, to tell you the truth. Well, I just moved it over something. It's like really shaded now. I don't know why. Oh, I see why. Dang it, I'm screwing my shot up. Give me a second, people. I'm making mistakes here. One of my little sticky dots that keeps my camera seated properly just came off of it. And now I got to readjust the vision. That looks like a good spot. That hazy thing just out of shot, that's my water drip. Now I'm scared to lose the color. Oh, I'm out of shot again. There we go. Let me back it up just a hair. It's Tanzanian. Is that like Tanzanian, but I said Tanzanian because that's how it's spelled? Or is Tanzania and Tanzania, is that the same place? Geological question, because I'm a dumbass American that didn't even pay attention while I was in school to almost anything. I grew up in a rough neighborhood and with really horrible adults in my life, and I really thought that being, that school was never going to help me as an adult anyways, because I was dumb. Hey Randy, how you doing? Hootie, what up? Swaya. I can say it when you probably had to do that a lot, huh? Type it out so people know how to say it. What's up, Matter Man? Matter Man Gross. Margaret's in a really cold place. My water would be a brick if I was out there. Randy's in California. Yep, Landon's in Florida too, and it's been cold here the last couple of days. We got a little bit of a cold spell going on. I think I'm in the right area. I think I can start cutting this. And I'm not sure what burr I stopped on, but I think I have to go back to one of my smaller burrs so I can get rid of these dark spots I have right here and expose the good color spots. And I still have a spot right there. You guys see there's a little bit of orange. To me, it shows up red, but it's not near as bright as that green I have in the opening of the brain right there. So I think I'm back to shooting for that green again and getting a green top on it. And trying to do that while at the same time trying not to lose any of the color. Because, man, that's what got me in this hole in the beginning. So, Margaret, you married a guy whose name you couldn't pronounce? You had to get married before you could pronounce it? Man, he must be awesome. There it is. There's a little tiny one. I definitely have to order another one of these bits right here, man. This burr is not the same shape it was when I first started with it. It's going to be gone soon, and it has become invaluable in certain aspects, like the green bubbled stone I sold. I had to carve most of those bubbles with this right here because it was so tight and so small inside the crevices of that piece. Randy says this stuff is easier to work with over opal. Yeah, I agree on the heat sensitive aspect. Yet I totally disagree when it comes to the neuroticism that this stuff will drive you crazy trying to work it. So I think it's when it comes to heat sensitive, you don't have to worry about crazing. Yet at the same time, you can go through these color bars so easy sometimes that that part's not easy at all. Randy Goldman, are you asking if my burr is diamond? Yes, it is totally diamond. It's a Varencore burr. I purchased this burr from the Jade Carver. His website was the best one I'd found at the time for being able to actually pick the burrs and for the easiness. A bunch of other people who had the burrs I had to order through like faxes, and they're not very much for being up to date on the internet and stuff, or at least they weren't when I ordered this. They might have changed now. They do a lot of sales with now I'm brain farting his name even though I know it really, with Richard out of the Fire Agate Art Studio. Hoping I can bring the rest of it out to be like that section right there. If I bring the rest of this inside to be out like that section right there, I'll be happy. I'll put this one away. I'll grab a couple others out, polish them up real quick, and have a few stones to post in the shop this week. I meant to have that, but work got in the way. And the stone got in the way, to tell you the truth. Which, if you were with me a couple of days ago when I'm carving it, you could tell I was basically having a panic attack on my live stream. Oh my God! Is that one of the stones you got from me, Margaret? Did you buy those for me? I've had that happen to me a couple of times now. It's very sad. You have a stone that looks completely whole. It doesn't look like there's any fractures in it. And then you go carving on it, and you go carving on it. Next thing you know, you can see a crack here, and then you can see a crack there. And that totally happens with some of these. I'm sorry it happened to you. Yeah, you guys saw that happen to me recently, actually, with the stone I carved a little bit ago. No, Landon, the agates have a coloration that's different from opal, especially since the agates are a different form of silica. I believe quartz, because maybe it's not. Maybe quartz is not a silica. I know that opal is a silica dioxide, I believe, and that the color in the opal is from refraction, and the color in fire agate is from reflection. I do believe. I could be wrong. There's other websites that are more versed on this than me. But no, it's not the same as opal. And the really good colors in fire agate have a metallic sheen to them. And that's sort of why they're so bright at all angles when they're carved right, if you don't lose the shape of it. And when I say you lose the shape of it, I mean lose the original shape of the fire agate that's inside of the agate, like the colorful parts. There's this little stitch of red right there. I gotta change my angle for you guys to see what I'm seeing, because I'm looking from different angles. There's a little stitch of red that I'm scared going for it, that I'm gonna lose the green instead of exposing it. But I really want to expose the whole top section with bright color so that it's a great stone. I think probably the most funny part of this stone is how I thought this was going to be an easy one, and it could have been an easy one, but I wanted better colors, so I made it really difficult. I tell you what, working with fire agate and some of the frustrations that come from it have taught me a fair amount about dealing with my frustrations better. But you would think other parts of life would have done that. But being that fire agate doesn't talk back and you just sort of have to deal with it as it comes, it's a little bit different than like dealing with frustrations from a person. I will say that. And that red is really red to me, but no matter how red it is to my eyes, it does not have the metallic shine of the greens inside this stone. So I'm really just going to get rid of that red and show up the green that's underneath of it. Nine people in the room. I'm glad your dentist spurs work good for you, Randy. I'm sure they're of a high quality. So far, I have not found anything I like more than Varencore burrs. They're definitely the top of my list right now. Every carver that carves the best stones I've seen, they all go for Varencore also. The thing about that red too is like I had that really black agate that was in here. It's totally possible to have agate that's just red agate and is not like gem grade red fire agate, because I have a couple of nice pieces of fire agate where the agate itself is red, and then the fire agate inside of it, is the metallic-y, really great colors. For me, the stress is pretty much over with this piece as long as I can not kill any of the color I see that's popping out of it and just get to expose it, bring it to a polish, then finish up the backside off of stream probably. I'm probably not going to worry about the backsides on stream. I'm just going to bring the color out of these stones and then post them for sale. 10 people in the room. How you doing, 10 people? Bye, Hannah. Thanks for being here. I worked all day trying to help set doors and get a apartment cleaned out. I really like the guy I'm working with. I wish it was more than just a very, very temporary job, to tell you the truth, because he's really great to work with. Good coworkers can make a job so much better. Especially when officially that coworker is the boss. Expect to have some free time tomorrow. I haven't had a response from my Deshine contact, so I'm going to send him a contact message in a different way. See if he responds to that one. I do remember when I've contacted him previously, way before any of these times now, that he would take a while to get back to me sometimes. He's a busy businessman. He's got a company to partially run. He's one of the people in the company. When I say partially run. Hey, Isabel, glad you were able to catch us live too. Me live, and all my people here chatting inside the room. I totally understand for some people. They're like, man, this is boring. I want something more exciting. I get that. Yet at the same time, this is what I need to be doing, and this is what I have the time to post a video about. So got to bring that money in. And that was work today. If I wasn't at work, I would have found some other video to work on. I will say this about working for other people. I had forgotten how much easier it is to have somebody else tell you the things you're supposed to be doing instead of trying to figure out what the hell you're supposed to be doing. Doing it all on your own can be a bit stressful on the, oh man, what do I do next to make this worth it? Whereas when it's like, hey, I'm out of stuff. What do you want to have me do? It's just way easier just to go ahead and take care of that stuff sometimes. Let me scoot this over just a hair. There we go. That's a better picture for you, I think, as long as I don't move too far down, right? Which is one of the areas I tend to go. Really wanted that big bright emerald green to show up more, but I'm totally happy with this lime green that's showing up too. Just want to get this brain totally exposed. Hey Shane, how you doing, man? Yep, Landon, that's exactly what it says. That's a quote from the fireagates.us, which is owned by the same gentleman that does the Fire Agate Art Studio, Richard Kurkowski, I think his last name is. I haven't looked. I might have that last name wrong. But that quote that you just read right there, that is originally I found from his website, and that has been basically disseminated on every other place that talks about fire agate. They use that as the absolute quote. So I mean, I have to. We all take that as gospel. I have no ability to argue with it and no reason to discount its validity. Those are my big words for, yep, that's it. Just a little bit. Oh, whoops, I'm off the screen. There we go. Little tiny bit of red hiding in that dollop of green between the other section of green right there. And it's not red like that red. Focus, please. There we go. It's not red like the nice red that you guys are seeing orange on your screen right there. That's actually red right above the green. Actually, there's orange and then red right above the green. At that little dollop that's showing right here, it's not red like that. It's like red like agate plain red instead of red fire agate red. They're actually different, believe it or not. One of them doesn't have the metallic brightness to it. Trying to even this out because from the way I worked it last time we were live together, I left some lines of the red agate that are sort of thicker than the other areas that are covering up the metallic green that's right below them. So I'm trying to really pinpoint the thicker red agate lines so that the green will come out with broad strokes and be even, so I don't lose any of it by having accidentally gone too deep or anything. Starting to get that brain pan to show everything. This would be the perfect fire agate for a skull ring because of when this top area is done, I think. A skull face with a fire agate exposed brain. Just for those heavy metal bastards that are into that sort of stuff. Good luck on your hunt in Arizona, D. Yep, you guys are seeing a face that I'm totally missing the face. I haven't seen the face yet, but your angle is different than mine. To give you guys the best shot, I have you guys overhead in the plexiglass window that I made inside my carving station, which if you watch the carving station video, you know what I'm talking about. Getting that area pretty even. This one little black circle back here or red circle is just not quite as low as the rest of the red agate yet. It's not. I can't see that metallic yellow coming through so good. It's going to be green underneath of it. I wonder, I'm going to check another tip and see if I can use one of my more rounded tips on this area now. Oh yeah, this one will fit. This one will fit and not mess up too much, I don't think. I think this one will do good. Take my point tip off real quick. What's up, Robbie Lee Johnson? How you doing, man? Actually looks like a more bright red I got right there. Definitely a metallic red showing through now in that one area. That doesn't make me happy because it looks like I already went through it, to tell you the truth. I want it bright. I want it bright. I'm doing pretty good. Had a pretty good day at work. Last couple days are pretty good at work. I'm going to be working again on Sunday. Tomorrow's my free day. Working because I don't have my kids this Sunday, which I'm upset about. Haven't seen them in like 3 weeks now. Talk to them on the phone every day, but it's not the same. I'm sure you that have children understand that. Really thought that metallic under there was going to show me a green. Now I really see that red again. Yet last time I saw that red and I went to polish it, it did not look the way I wanted it to. That's for sure. Yeah, but then it did it on this other section too. I see the red poking through now. So orange and red and green inside that brain pan. It's got me thinking about going back to my thin burr already. Oh, didn't want to go over that blue. Definitely did not want to go over that blue. I got to dry it a little bit and take a look at it because that's definitely colors that are showing up down there, and they look lower. They do. They look lower than the green that's there. So now I'm worried about if I just keep going, I'm going to lose them totally. Maybe that green didn't travel over, because this is definitely higher than those indentions right there. I might be in another one of those scenarios where I should just take what I can get. Last time I didn't take what I could get, I got punished for it. What to do? Layers upon layers, definitely lower than the green. Yeah, I think I'm going to shape it up a little bit, and I think I'm just going to have to polish it up and take that metallic orange and red that's showing. Yep. Time to bring out the pinpointer again. That's very true, Randy. That is very true. And the only reason I even thought it was there was because of the way the greens had showed up in the other areas after I'd gone through that black agate last time. Start to polish this one. I have a couple of more I can polish out that are pretty good looking that should only take a few minutes. And then after that, I can move on to something else. I have 2 others that are DOP that definitely need more working. And I mean, at least I'm at legitimate fire agate colors in there. It's just not as good as that green, but they are there. There is orange, there is some bronze, there is a little bit of red. That blue is now more of a teal color looking. Such a small section for that green not to carry over, but it really starts to change to orange right there on the green. It really does. Green is my favorite color. It's also one of my youngest son's favorite color. Purple is the family's color. I do have a purple and green stone here to work, but it's very, very, very clear agate with some bright purples and greens from certain angles. I might work that after I polish a couple of these others. Definitely still has the brain look, that's for sure. "15 people in the room. How you doing, 15 people?" I think I'm actually getting towards the end of working the top side of this stone. I'm just sort of shaping up this brain pan and the edges of it a little bit better. Oops, not on screen. Definitely looks better than when I started, and there's no real dead spots in it. Like, the top of it doesn't have just brown agate dead spots. That makes me happy. And I shouldn't say it's better than when I started. It's better than when I started my last live stream with this stone. It's way better now than it was then. That's for sure. Randy's favorite color is opal. I love opal, especially, really great black opals. Yet it'll be a long time before I can probably afford a really great black opal if I don't get lucky with a piece of rough. But I don't like how temperamental opal is, and I don't like how fragile opal is. And like somebody told me, if you like opal, you're going to love fire agate. And that person was totally right, because I absolutely love fire agate. And I love opal too. I do. I'm not going to lie. I do love opal. But I don't have digging rights to an opal mine, and I've never owned an opal mine. And hell, a couple of the opal miners in this country are a bit of pain in the ass, to tell you the truth. They're not miners, but mine owners. A couple of the opal mine owners are a pain in the ass in this country. There's a few of them that are awesome, amazing people, too. Whoops, I'm off screen again. Don't mean to keep going off the screen and making it blurry on you guys. That's an accident. Although I don't want to lose what little color I have down there. It still has that brain look. I think I'm going to take it to a polish and see what it looks like. rinse a stone off here. Back up just a hair. There we go. Focus, camera, not on the bottom. All right. That's where I'm at with my 600s. Definitely those areas with the orange is definitely deeper than the areas with the green, that's for sure. Nope, this time I'm going to take what I can get. Let me get out my polishing stuff. Get my drip going again. Really slow this time. Oh, looks like it's still wet. Might not need any of my drip. I could use 1 dot. Oh, I forgot to take apart the burr inside of my grinder first. Now you guys should just end up seeing a few really good looking stones after this. I have a couple of them that are ready for polish. The backs need to be finished, but I'm going to go ahead and polish up the tops. And really, I just need to sort of stick in the middle and on the outside of it. On the outside of it, I don't really need to polish that up at all yet. Not until I'm like at least 2 stages higher. Oh, dang, what am I doing? I just realized I'm spraying this stuff and I don't have my mask on. That's a mistake. You guys should totally be hearing me muffled. I didn't even realize I was working without my mask this whole time until I could smell the deshine burning off. Probably could have shaped that a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah, I could have shaped that edge a little bit better. Yeah, I probably should. Probably should shape that edge a little bit better. Yep, Richard's a good dude, Grant. know why I'm moving off the camera. I don't mean to do that. And that outside is really upsetting me. I think I have to fix that real quick. I mean, the rest of it's alright. The rest of it I can live with and make a finished stone out of it, but that outside right there is just not alright. A couple of angles there, they're just really ugly. Just a little bit of rounding and it'll be fine. And stepping backwards, this is like one of the things I constantly do with fire agate. I think I'm good and then I notice something else and I have to fix it. And that's what I'm going to do on this real quick. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. That's much better. Got rid of those jagged tool marks. That's all I really wanted to do right there. All right, that works for that. Go back to pre-polish real quick. Get it polished up. Move my drip out of the way again. Oh, dang it. My water must be way too cold. That's the problem with water that's that cold. I've worked this thing and worked this thing and worked this thing and haven't had it pop off, but that water is so cold, man, it made that wax brittle and it just broke on me real easily there. That sucks. And I'm not going to go warm my water up. I'm just going to set this on the side like I planned on doing. And grab some of my other ones I wanted to polish up real quick. So I can go through the whole polishing stages at once. Thank you, for critic. Appreciate that. I have one of these rocks in here I need to get finished tonight because I sold something on eBay to help pay one of my credit card debts down, and I screwed up the eBay listing somehow. It's a 25-pound item that's going to cost $50 to ship, and somehow I screwed up the eBay listing and made it to where said the shipping was going to be free. And I didn't mean to do that, and I didn't notice it until the guy paid, and it said free shipping, and I was all upset and contacted eBay thinking it was their fault, and they explained to me how I was the one that made a mistake by not seeing how to list the free shipping, and so I had to contact the buyer and explain to them I'd never meant for it to be free shipping and ask them to pay another $50 to ship it, and the buyer did that. And so since they did that, I'm going to send them one of my small greenstones that I've worked on. As sort of a consolation prize. Gentleman's from Jamaica, New York. Seems like an all right dude. No, Landon, this is not the piece that broke off the other night. Or that last one was not the piece that broke off the other night. That piece is like misplaced somewhere. I'm not sure where the hell I put it. It's not in my it's not in my ones to polish right now like it should be. That one was close to polished actually. Just the backside needed to be finished. I'm trying to stay on camera shot. I keep moving the wrong direction and then looking up and seeing that I moved the wrong direction instead of the proper direction. Yeah, I thought I found it after that, though, Landon. I really did. After it flew off and disappeared for a second, I thought I found it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I found it. Well, they didn't really pay extra. They just paid the shipping. And I really only gave him the choice of either paying the shipping or I was just going to cancel it, send him his money back, and relist it. Because I'm losing a lot by selling it on eBay. Like I'm losing like $500 that I paid for the item. But I feel like I can get another one in the future if I need to. That one's definitely ready. Oh, knocking my light down. All right, those two are clean. Now this is one that was like Margaret was talking about. Started working it, had these great colors showing up, and then it broke on me. I didn't even think this one was cracked at all, and then I was trying. Well, wrong way. There we go. And then I was trying to turn it into a pendant, and I was pressing too hard while I was drilling a hole through it. And when my point went through the back side, it forced the rest of it, and it just blew apart on me. And I had a lot of work into this one too. It was a 10-carat stone, and now I think it's like a 5-carat and a 3-carat stone. Focus, camera. Thank you. It's focusing on the wrong stone because I'm holding two of them in my hand at the same time. I just realized that. Telling you, working upside down and backwards, looking at the TV when I try to put it back inside of the. When I try to put it back inside of your guys' view, I just go the opposite directions because what I'm seeing what you guys are seeing and what I'm seeing on the screen that you guys are seeing is upside down and backwards. I think that's good enough on that. Oh, I might have just made that too wet to do the work I want it to. The front of this stone is only polished to a really good 600. It's not even taken any farther because of when it shattered. And then I dopped it to go ahead and get the back straight because the back was all jagged. I'm trying to save as much color as I could. You guys will see it here in a minute. I'll take it to a full polish on these sides and then I'll break it off and flip it around. Yep, unfortunately, Landon, it's... Focus, camera, focus! It censored that ass backwards statement you made. Gosh, stupid camera. I hate it when it unfocuses and I feel like I can't do anything about it. Oh yeah, Isabel, where are you at? What country are you in? I can do that, Landon. Isabel lives in Canada. Yeah, the shipping cost for a small $100 box is $25 or $28 to Canada. Whenever I ship rocks out of country, I always try to ship in flat rate boxes because you get the best price. And I think that's good enough on this one. I'm going to clean them up real quick. These ones are not perfect because of the broken stone issue. Although I have yet to cut anything that's perfect per se. Before that stone broke, that was one of my best carvings. Alrighty. Probably put one more drop on there and let it sit for a minute while I work with the brush. It said $38 for one of the small boxes to ship to Canada. I shipped one not too long ago to somebody in Canada, and it charged me $28 for them. And that was like 3 to 4 weeks ago. Focus, there we go. I can double check my Canadian prices, but I'm pretty sure that it's 28. And 64 would definitely not be one of the small boxes. This stuff works so fast. That's dry. Drying it on my hand, like that's dry already. Focus, camera, focus. I love how fast these polishing powders make stuff shiny, man. It's quick, real quick. My fingers got this one a little bit wet. Let me dry it real fast. Need a little bit more polishing powder on it. Dang, drip system is messing me up. It's all in my way. Uh-oh. Shot it right at myself. I don't charge handling fees, Landon. That's not what I do. I'm pissed off at Etsy at the moment because they're taking 5% of shipping costs. So anything I charge for shipping now, Etsy is taking that 5% of that. So if I charge actual shipping costs, then I lose 5%, which is just freaking stupid as hell. I think that's hella bullshit. I'm mad at Etsy about that at the moment. Oh, almost dropped it in the water. Don't want to drop it there. Yep. Well, rather drop it there than in the water. If you can always send me a message in Etsy about anything you're trying to buy too, and if you feel like the shipping cost might be crazy or something, you can send me a message to double check that that's right to ship it to you. That's looking pretty good. It's dry. To my naked eye, that's looking really good. Hell of a nice shine going on it. Yeah, Etsy's customer service is the worst customer service I've ever seen. I had a complaint about why they were pulling 40 cents every time I charged $8 for shipping a box, which left like 5 cents over. And I was asking them why it was charging me 40 cents. And it took them a week to get back to me. A week. Like I was freaking pissed. Shouldn't take anybody on that website a week to return a frickin' email. Oh, wrong way. I'll dry this one off real quick. I'm pretty sure this one's ready for the final polish. We're second to the last stage polish, but I have 3 more after this to take this section of polish. That area. That area is not good enough. Still too dull in that area right there. Might need a little bit more polishing paste. Ah, yeah, I saved it from hitting the water. I'm just going to set that one on the side and hit these other ones real quick. They're going to be rather fast. Beautiful shine. Hello, 21 people in the room. Thanks for being here. Oh, dang it. I did the same thing with this one I did with my other one, but this one's going to be way harder to hold on to and polish. It's so tiny. It's upsetting. That's upsetting. 2 more. I think I should just turn my dot pot on real quick. There, I did that. I turned that on. And this time when I go to dop the stone, I need to make sure my stones sit there for a while and get plenty warm enough. I mean, I did it last time I dopped them, but this water, I might also put some pressure on it on the wrong angle. A little bit of pressure on the wrong angle, it comes off. Yeah, that sucks when that happens, Landon. I'm on a carpeted floor, and my carving station sort of keeps stuff enclosed as long as it doesn't go behind me. Behind me is the only open space in my carving station. If you carve and you haven't built yourself a carving station yet, you should really look into that video and do it. It's not too expensive, especially if you leave the vacuum system off, which that ended up seeming like a great idea, which didn't turn out to be such a fantastic idea, I don't believe. Seemed legitimate until I tried to put it into action, and then it did not seem very legitimate anymore. Hello, Anita Phillips. How you doing? Oh yeah, I just did that. See how hot that brush can get when you're running with it. See how it just moved that dop wax? Like it totally just brushed dop wax all over the stone. Got it melty for a second. That's all right though. I think it'll be fine. Oh, not quite ready. I forgot one. The other back side of my stone that got broken for a minute. This is the one thing about this polishing powder is it creates heat. With these brushes, it totally creates heat. Oh, I'm sorry you're fighting a headache. That sucks. I was having headaches and major eye pain and thought it was my new glasses, and then ended up finding out it's because I had dry eye. Waking up with massive headaches because my eyes could not water themselves while I was sleeping. Stone's definitely warm to the touch. Definitely has a nice little shine on it. Ah, hot enough to burn my finger while I'm running that brush along it. What's up, Justin Talbot? How you doing, my man? I haven't tried any white bristle brushes. I assume there's some sort of plastic or polymer. I believe these are hog's hair. I could be wrong. These could be a plastic or a polymer too. These ones I'm using here are the El Cheapo ones I got from Amazon. The other ones I have like this are from DeShine, and those things are expensive per brush. But most DeShine products are totally worth the price. I really advise you try not to melt your wax in with your diamond paste, as it gets in the crevices and the creases of the fire agate, and it can be a pain in the ass to remove. Somebody told me after I already ruined that other stone on one of my comments to use WD-40 will melt the plastic, or not the plastic, but the wax. I haven't tried that yet, but that seems like a legitimate statement. Better than polishing it until you get rid of it, because that's how you lose color. I know that because I did that last time. Put this one on the daub station. The other stone's big enough I can work it. This stone's not really big enough for me to polish it without it being daubed. These two are the back sides of the stone, yes. These are the back sides. This was one stone. Closer to like that before it got blown apart. Now it's two stones. But wait till you see the other sides, man. The other sides are banging. Like they're just non-stop color on the other sides. Just green, 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 all one layer green. Fantastic. Forgot to take this brush off. Hopefully I didn't contaminate the brush. I'm going to put this one on a dot pot. Let it get plenty hot. I still probably got another 10 minutes before that wax is melted. Move on to the last really great DeShine polish I'm going to use on these. Start with the big stone first this time. Damn it. Where'd it go? Give me a second. I lost the stone. There it is. Fell right below me and bounced off of the leg of my chair. And I did it again. Oh my God. And then I rolled over it with my chair. Oh no! Oh my God, I broke it. I just shattered the edge off of it. Rolled over it with my chair. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. I should have just dopped the damn thing. Ah, stupid, David. I'm so mad that that just happened. Jesus, what a dumbass. Should have just dopped it. Yep, I just ruined that stone as far as I'm concerned. Gave it a dead side. Has to be recarved again. Damn it, 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 damn it. Moving my chair, I rolled over it. Ran over it with the wheel. Stone totally has to be carved again, at least on this side, if not the whole thing. I lost that great edge of green that was over there. I do believe I still see some other colors poking through underneath. I think that green goes down the side. I can see it on one of the broken edges right there. Well, there's a good 10 hours worth of work with one side just totally blown apart by the leg of my chair. Damn, man. Carelessly rolling backwards because it flipped out of my hand and onto the floor because I wasn't careful enough to go ahead and dop it. Beating myself up. Jeez. God, what a dumbass. Dustin Hill, I guess you get to look for more greens. Well, I can see reflective fire agate underneath of there. I definitely can. There is possibility of me go ahead and carving out that other side, but I tell you what, this stone has been such a pain in the ass for a stone I thought was going to be simple, and I really thought I was going to be done with it tonight. It was going to be the brain. Now it's just pissing me off. Should be the cursed brain. Dude, it snapped. You can see the layer came off exactly how like the way the fire agate is like bubbled and stuff like that. It just went off at its own little like layer. Damn, man. Damn, man, damn, man, damn, man. Well,
I'm not as mad as I should be. It's like it's only one side, it's not the whole stone. Yeah, I'm not as mad as I think I should be or I would normally would be. I could be way more mad about that than I am right now. See, what I need to do is I need to quit when I'm working a stone like that in my hands. I need to hold one side where the hands are and just go ahead and work it and stop trying to move it at the same time. Hey Ryan, how you doing, buddy? You must have come in right after I broke it. You didn't see me break that stone. Oh dang it, I didn't put this other shine away. Oh, they didn't need no water on that one. It was nice and tasty. Yes, Isabella, everything does happen for a reason because people do stupid shit. That's a reason. I should have been more careful with the wheels, especially since I knew it hit the ground right near me. Like, it was a mistake to just go rolling back in my chair. I've learned my lesson now. If that ever happens again, I will not just go rolling back. I will go looking on the ground around my chair. That's pretty shiny and it's dry. Where is the bag? Superfine soft. There it is. All right, so I'm still pretty pissed. But I'm pissed determined, not pissed crying, not pissed beat 'em up. I'm pissed determined. We spent 2 days, me and my boss man, trying to install a door that was in a jam that was way too big for it. That the original door that we had taken out of it was the exact size of the door we bought today. But the thing is, neither one of us had ever installed a door from scratch, especially one that had to be in a jam like that. So we were both completely out of our depth. I had never done anything like that. Like, I put doors in a door frame that was already there that was the exact same size, where all I had to do was basically unscrew the hinges, pull the door off, put the hinges on another door, and then put it right back in its place. But I'd never actually installed a door frame in its jam. And this apparently is extremely technical. And if you screw up a little bit, then the door doesn't sit right inside the jam anymore, and the lock doesn't fit. The lock doesn't meet up with the locking hole in the other side of the frame. And it just created a giant fuck fest, basically, of me and the boss man trying to figure it out, and me wanting for us to watch YouTube videos to figure it out, and him being about 15 years my senior. He was not into us watching YouTube videos to figure this out. So I think it took way longer than it needed to. That's one thing about really good cold water. Your DOP stone will pop right off. Only a 600 polish. This thing needs to be finished, so I'm going to crack some more of this, chip some more of this DOP wax off, and I'm going to put this on the DOP pot so I can DOP it properly. And finish polishing the good side. Same thing with this one. This is the other part of that one that broke. So we spent 2 days on this stupid ass thing. And it's still not good enough for me at all. But we got it good enough to where it hung and the lock shut. And so dealing with that frustration and coming back and dealing with this, it's just sort of been a couple of days of frustrations. It's sort of the way it's been. So I think I can deal with this. Definitely a little bit more jagged on this top. Get that water flowing hard again. There we go. Uh-oh, where'd I put it? There it is. That is cleaned up enough, I think. All right, I think that one's cleaned up enough. You can see how bright that is. It was an awesome 10-carat stone, but now it's going to be like a 2.5 carat stone and like a 5-carat stone. Looking good on that one. Finish up the bottom of it, and that one will be ready to go. It's only a couple of carats, but it was not very difficult to carve. That dot pot's going to take a minute for it to get right. Now, my biggest problem, let me turn that water off again, it's just in my way. My biggest problem with this stone right here now is that the way that's broken is the really jagged lines. And that in order to make them not really jagged lines, I have to lose more of that really great color, which I hate that. I hate the fact that I would have to carve into that color to slope it down. I don't like that part at all. But now I'm just going to take my 325 grit burr, 325 to 400, and I'm just going to immediately start going to this brown and expose whatever else is under there, because there's something else under there, that's for sure. This stone was supposed to be easy. It's turned into one of the biggest headache stones I've ever had yet. But I know I'm probably going to have more headache stones in the future. You can see those bubbles starting to appear now underneath of it. And sometimes those fire agate bubbles are not even showing better color underneath. They're just, whoops, wrong, there we go. Because I already burned through one of those bubbles right there. Like I can see that I lost the top bubble, but there was no better color showing yet. It's just brown. Now what I'm thinking is, it doesn't look like I'm getting any better colors, and I'm about to start digging under. Let's see, let me go tighter with this a little bit. So I got this over here, roll across, and then it loses it right there with that green. It's a little bit deeper where that green was, a couple of millimeters. Yet, when you look at it, can I get it to flash for you guys right the way I'm seeing it? There, like that. It's only a couple of millimeters from that yellow green to that really great emerald green. Yet I'm about to start undercutting it in order to try and get color to show. And at that point, I'm just going to end up flattening the stone out anyways, to where it's right below, the drop down is right below the gem color, to where it'd be set. So really now I've only lost a couple of millimeters. And I don't think I'm going to end up pulling anything out without undercutting the color. And I just think that's not even worth it. Rescuing the brain part 2. Actually, this was part 2 when I first started. Yeah, that area sticks out. The rest of it doesn't. All right, just going to go ahead and bring that out to a polish. Give it a little bit of a brush with a 600. Shape it a little bit better. Polish it up. It is what it is. But it's not a total loss. It's still a pretty good looking stone. Could be way worse. move my water over a little bit. That way I'll quit drifting away from you guys. Well, it looks like I got rid of the sharp angles. I think that'll be good enough. I'm going to go ahead and take it to polish now. Although, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to set it on the DOP station. I'm going to check my DOP wax real quick. Give me 1 second. See how my DOP wax is doing. DOP wax is still a little bit too thick, although the stones are getting really warm. Keeps wanting to focus on the wrong part. Dang it. Get out of my way, drip line, but drop the water right where I need it. Good night, D. Yes, it is possible to drill a small hole in the fire agate without damaging it. You just have to not put a lot of pressure and make sure that the thing you're drilling it with is not tapered. What I was drilling it with was tapered, and I was also using a lot of pressure. So when it poked through the back side, with the pressure and the tapered, it blew up on me. This thing's killing me. My drip system's messing me up right now. I think I know what I need to do. I think I need to run my drip line running through the absolute top of my my carving station, to where it's literally dripping out of the roof of the carving station. And then I won't have to worry about, the angle that it's at and if it's in the way of the camera, because the camera will always be focused below it. It's driving me crazy seeing that big blurry spot in the way. That's just my drip line. It's a little bit better. It's more in the corner. I'm glad this can be motivation in any way, Paul. Thanks for coming back again, Ryan. Here in a few minutes, my dop wax should be ready for me to take those stones and dop them and go ahead and finish polishing everything again. Those crevices are so tight. Whoops, you can't see that. Those crevices are so tight, but there's such great color appearing right there. You can see that purple and the green. The crevices are so tight, I think I need my smaller bit so I can get the crevices working outwards instead of getting the color appearing real good and then needing to go at the crevices and ruining some of the other color. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's time for a smaller burr. That's where this little thing once again has become the damn superstar. When I was upset about how tiny it was, and now it's just become amazing. Although it was working well on the camera. There I am. It was working a lot better when the center section of it was fatter. It was wider. It was easier to run in small circles. Oh, I'm off camera again, aren't I? Sorry about that. You can see why I'm off camera, though. I'm focused on bringing out that really bright green and purple that's showing in this one. You can see it when I'm using this burr too, man. Look at how bright that purple's starting to show up. Bang, look at that purple. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Look at that purple starting to show up. Oh my God. Perfect for a ringstone. Where's I at? Right here, trying to, what I was going to say before I started yelling about the purple is what you'll notice when I'm using this burr is that only when I'm trying to draw lines do I use the tip. I'm still using the side and I'm trying to keep circular motions. I do have a line of right in there. I have this line of like rust right there. I think I'm just gonna have to leave it. It's such a fine line. Yeah, I have a personal stone that has a really bright purple on top. I haven't figured out how I'm going to end up having that thing set, though. I think it's a made ring stone is what I think it is. Oops, I'm off camera shot again. But I'm definitely bringing out the greens and the purples all over this thing right now. The purple and greens are right underneath the gold and orange and bronze. This is going to be a little banger. I just need to take a look at it dry real quick. Oh, my mic keeps moving away. Uh-oh. Okay, it's still on. Thought my mic turned off there for a minute. Whoops, I didn't mean to set that to where it... Want to dry it off and take a look at it. I saw a question. Are you going to keep that little bronze nub with no fire? This one up here, well, you can't see me. That one up there, I assume you're talking about. I actually carved on it first, and it had a hint of purple in it. And now when I'm looking at it with no water on it, I don't see anything on it either. Oops, there we go. It had a hint of purple on it when I started. I wanted to make sure I'm not flattening anything out too much, but it doesn't look like I am. It looks like that green and purple under it's even when it's not super wet and it has just a 600 polish, it's showing up freaking spades, man, like amazingness. I'm not sure. I might just keep carving on that nub and see if it appears underneath of it, and then I'll probably cut it off if it doesn't. Because it's such a great stone, I don't want to leave like something that diminishes the stone itself. Yes, Ryan, you should go back and watch my first Chasing Fire video about carving stones and fire agate. That you really, to carve them good, you really need a foot pedal. And this one only cost about, I purchased it for around $100. Somebody else told me they recently got theirs for $70 off the same website. And on that, I tell you what website I got it on. God, this thing is showing up so freaking good. I'm just gonna, it's going so fast. I'm just gonna finish this stone out before I, yeah, I do see, when I get it wet, I do see little bits of purple underneath there. Let me see if I can get you to see it. I might just need to keep carving that nub to get that green and purple to really show up. It's definitely got some in there, though. Really need to see what I need to go for next. If I just need to keep working at the top, or if there's some other areas. I'm starting to get so greedy for the purple, I'm starting to forget to make sure I keep that original shape. And once you blow through the original shape, you can really mess up how the color plays at all angles. Like keeping that original shape makes it to where you can see the color at all angles as long as the light reflects off of it properly. So I have to really keep that in my mind. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, get the orange out of there, get the yellow out of there. Don't want to ruin such great color being greedy. Oh wait, I already did that on a stone. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Nope, I'm not on screen again. All right, I'm starting to get that whole anxiety, make it great feeling going on, and I'm gripping my hand tool way too hard. But man, look at how fantastic that looks compared to when I started. That is just a great purple and green stone. Still have a little bit of bronze and yellow and orange on that top section to work out. And I think there is more underneath this section too. So I think I have 2 sections to work out. Damn, battery Dremels, huh? That can't be easy. I didn't even know there were battery-powered Dremel tools. I should check the shape on it again. Although this towel is completely soaked, so it's not giving me anything of a dry look, really. Looks like I'm still doing damn good on the shaping. Oh, wrong way. Yep, shaping's still looking good. Damn, son. This literally went from one stone that I thought would be worth very little to a stone that's going to be one of my highest priced stones yet. That's awesome. It's making up for the brain. This stone is freaking fantastic, man. What do the kids call it now? This stone is lit. Yep, an 18-volt corded one that only uses 5 watts. Damn, son. I like living off grid for like a week at a time, you know, like if I'm going to just be taking a vacation, then like a month is no problem, but any more than that, and I start missing the other things that come with having power and internet. I really do. I have a couple of little lines that still show that orange, but they're just little lines. I'm almost scared to go after them for fear of losing the great greens and purples I have. Because I've done that before. That one especially right there is really hard to get at. What a stupendous looking stone right now, though. It is fantastic. I did talk with one really great fire agate carver recently that was telling me that $100 a carat for your really good stones is not asking too much. He said $300 a carat for your really good stones. That's the absolute top of the market that he's been selling at recently. He sold a few stones that were only a few carats and got $1,000 for them. And when he showed me the stones, I could see why. Like the coloring in them was just absolutely amazing. He's a great carver too. Like he's really good at bringing the color out. Starting to see it appear inside that tail section. I think I just got to keep going on that tail section a little bit more. My stones and my dop wax are probably ready to be dopped. I just sort of got preoccupied with this banger. Landon, keep it away from the dang chair. Yeah, I agree, buddy. I'm not arguing with that statement at all. Are you asking me that question, Landon, about the hand tool I'm using right now? There is a brand name, but I don't know if it's on Amazon. I got this on Rio Grande's website. It's called the Prodigy Flex Shaft. It's a knockoff 4-drum, but it's been great. I've had it for a couple of years now. Like I have no complaints about this tool. Fine-tuning it. Fine-tuning the stone. Still see some reds in it that I think I can get rid of. See those reds right there? They're just like in little divots and along lines of the bubbles. I think I can get rid of them. I'm still scared that trying to get rid of them, I'm going to lose color. Yet, and they're not really reds. They're totally like really bright reflective oranges. Can't tell if what I'm seeing there is real or not. I like to see this little. I need a different towel. Give me a second. Ugh. When I use this drip station I have, this workstation I have, the water tends to pool up around the table I'm on sometimes. And so I keep a towel down there to catch it. Yeah, I can still see lines of like the iron lines. Oh, too close, it won't focus now, I think. There we go. You can really see them right there. Like you can really see that right there. Right there. A little bit right there. And when you have it like it's perfect, it's like that. Like this is with a 600 that's dry. And it's still like just bang bright. Like, oh my God, bright. Yet in some areas, you still have a little bit of the red and rust color on it. I mean, I'm sure if I polish it, it'll look fantastic, but it still won't be that super top grade carve. And I really want that super top grade carve. Focus, camera, focus. Come on. Now, sometimes this stuff can be really hard to see when it's wet. Like your eyes start to get better at seeing it when it's wet. But sometimes stuff can be really hard to see when it's wet. So sometimes you can just go and take a really fine point Sharpie and try and draw where those lines are. And then other times you can just try and come at it while it's a little bit dry and sort of focus on where you need to work and then get it wet while you're working it. I wonder what time it is. Where's my phone? 10:30. I figured it might be getting close to 11 because I'm about to pee my damn pants. I got to go potty. This stone right here took over the whole obsession carve, though. And some of those imperfections are so tight in there that if I don't even get them, I'm probably not going to be too upset. Whoops, once I polish it. The color's so fantastic. Yeah, it's not really a turd, though. You see? Whoops, wrong way, right there. Not really a turd, though. There's great color inside of that. I just might need to bring it out some more. But I'm focusing on fine-tuning the stuff that's really amazing. Because it's like when your eyes focus and you can see it really good is the best time to go after it. Because when you come back to this stuff later, it can be difficult to get your eyes as dead centered on seeing the stuff they were seeing before you quit working on it. Oops, I'm totally off camera again. Sorry about that, guys. That end, I actually want to stop working with this though, unless I bring out color right at the edge of it where the other one meets it, because I can totally work the rest of that with a broader head and not lose so much of this diamond burr. Totally gonna have to figure out a way to string my water better though, so I can keep everything on screen and get water on at the same time. Isabel L said I'd probably blow myself up, and that one term got blocked by YouTube, as in probably because of some sole terrorist type of terminology. That's so weak. It's funny, but it's weak. Such a fine line between getting it bright enough and losing the color. I mean, some pieces the color bars are much thicker than others. That's just a fact. That so-called turd is just not, it's directional, and it has pinfire in it instead of really big, broad bubbles like the rest of it. Still see little areas with that rusty sort of orange that's between the layers, or between the color layers sometimes. I don't like it when I look at it dry like that. It makes me want to fix it yet. That's what I did. I told the boss man today at work. I was like, man, you want to feel some serious anxiety, you should try carving fire agate. You're anxiety ridden the whole time. Yeah, the section you call the turd on this one, it's totally directional. Like when you look at it from one way angle, there's nothing there. When you look at it from another angle, it's totally there. Just depends on how bright it is when it's polished. And that maybe I need to go ahead and work that section a little bit more, and it might come out some more. Dang, look how bright that section is right there, yet it's still got some little copper tones in between. And I'm scared to touch those copper tones, and the fact that I might lose that brightness. I mean, I would hate to go after that tiny little copper tone right there and then put a dead spot in the green. You know what I mean? Like, I'm hella paranoid about that on this stone right now. Big enough for a nice ring. Definitely big enough for a nice ring. And I mean, you might be right, Landon. This color right here might be so fantastic that I might just have to cut that off no matter what, just because it's subpar compared to the rest of it. The rest of it's so banging that it's like that just sort of distracts from it. Margaret says, yeah, leave it alone. Yeah, I already went too deep on one stone and then ended up hating myself for it. And then I ran that fucker over. Damn it, you brain. All right, I am going to Ryan says I second that, at least for further inspection. That's fair. That's totally fair. I need to adopt these stones. They're hot enough now. Oh, I gotta pee so bad. Oh, I gotta pee so bad. Hopefully I don't disconnect my wires while I'm doing this. This is not a wireless setup. That's why the freaking picture is so consistent. Everything is wired. The computer's wired. Unplug that over. Internet is wired. Everything is wired. My stoves are definitely hot enough. Yep, my stones are definitely hot enough. They've been here forever. My wax is definitely melted. It's been here long enough. This is one of the, got a nice polish on the round point. Have to finish the bottom of it, cut the bottom of it, so I'm giving it a nice coating of it around it so it doesn't pop off. And this is another one that I broke. This is one that was a nice 10-carat beautiful stone. You can see how that green shows up. I did a really good job of carving that. And then I went and shattered it trying to make it into a pendant. Which this side still sort of needs to be fixed a little bit. But hell, that's not a bad stone. I think I just dropped that really shittily though. This is the other part of that broken stone. Once again, you can see how great that color shows up even though it's only got a 600 polish on it. I was really proud of myself when I did this stone. It was such a great green, and I liked the shape. I was actually drilling it to turn it into a pendant because I was planning on giving it to my son, whose favorite color is green. That was the plan. This is that bastard ass brain. But I'm now just going to go ahead and polish up the sides and get it all polished up and sell it for way less value than the hours I have into it, let alone the stone. Screwing that up. I don't like to take my mask off until I've wiped all this down. Which this thing's plenty wet now. And I wear the hat to keep the stuff out of my hair. Won't come off my arm. So nowadays, to protect myself, as I've said a couple of times before, I totally have my carving outfit. That carving outfit is just to make sure that I don't end up, sounding like my great aunt. My great aunt, she's got something going on, man. She wheezes when she breathes all the time. But she's like old school of just toughing it out. And since she's so old school of just toughing it out, she like didn't find it any big deal, just figured she had COPD or something like that, and wasn't even like concentrating on going to the doctor that much until I got here. Because then once I got here and I heard her, I was freaking out on her. I'm like, you shouldn't sound like this. This is bad. We have to do something about this. Your doctor hasn't tried to send you to anybody yet. Like, I was going crazy on her about this stuff. Ugh. 10 people left because I'm getting ready to shut it down, right? I gotta pee so bad. Landon, if you were going to make a small pendant, that turd would be a good place to drill the hole. I'm not drilling that one, man. Like, that thing is a perfect ring stone. That is such amazing color on it. Like, yeah, that one, I think that one's going to go in the shop because I think it'll sell really easily. I obviously need the money. I talk about it all the time. Holy shit, it's cold in here. I got that windbreaker from Garbage Ass Wally World for $15, and it's like a plastic windbreaker. It keeps me warm. Like, it is freezing in this room, I just found out. Yep, not gonna make a pendant out of that one. I think that one's too good for me to just drill a hole in it and hang it around something. That thing deserves some gold. Like, that's a really great stone. That green and that purple are like bang.
I really didn't expect that stone to be that good. Nowhere near. I didn't think when I dopped all these rocks, I didn't think that was going to be the best one. Actually, the one that I messed up, the brain, I thought that was going to be the best stone out of them. Boy, was I wrong. And I got another purple one that's this big monster right here. It has purple in it, but it's not like that one in the it seems very light purple, like not light in color, but like see-through purple. But we'll see, because I mean, this is going to take more work than that other one. But that other one's probably going to be 5 carats of great color. Like it looks like about a 5 carat size. What's a few more days? I'm going to finish that one tomorrow, Ryan. Tomorrow's my day off. I got Saturday myself. I'm going to play some Fortnite with my kid a little bit, and then I'm probably going to live stream some more carving stones, to tell you the truth. Like, I'm probably just going to turn it on and start live streaming carving stones, because it's uploading a video of some kind, and when I'm doing stuff like that, and when I'm putting a lot of hours into it, I don't have time to make a video about anything else, because it takes me longer typically to make a video than 3 hours. Like the shortest video I've done recently was the video about Dickhead, and that video about him and that group. That took me like 2 hours beyond the uploading time. It took me like 2 hours to put it together after editing the conversations. But I mean, that was after that taking up my mental space for a period of time over my morning that it pissed me off. So Ryan said, "What's coming out of the ceiling? Is that insulation?" Now, my great aunt, when she insulated this place, she found some styrofoam insulation pieces, or they cut them up or something, and they screwed them into the rafters that are above me. There's insulation above that, but this is like a room built in a bigger room, right? So this is insulated because it's upstairs, and Florida gets really hot. But this styrofoam, it started to sag over time, and when I got here, it's literally pulling off of the screws that are holding it up. So I had the genius idea a couple of weeks ago, and I went and got a can of spray foam, and I just stuck the nozzle of the spray foam right in between all of the pieces of styrofoam that are falling down, because the screws are not able to hold it up, apparently. If they're just sucking up the screws and falling beyond the screws. Like the screws are just, the holes are not good enough. They probably need to use button caps. Ripping button caps probably would have been better, but they use screws. And so I got the spray foam, and I got to where the spray foam and the rafters, and I went to every piece that has 2 pieces where there's a spray foam and the rafters, and then I used the spray foam in between it, and now the stuff is not falling down anymore. Like, that was a great idea. It works perfectly. The spray foam is rather rigid, and now none of them are sagging down anymore, falling out like they were. A bunch of them were falling out. And before that, I used some ducting tape, and I tried to tape them up. That was a bad idea. That was just a waste of money. Keep the mask on, if so, right? If it's fiberglass, it's not fiberglass. It's styrofoam and there is other insulation beyond that, but it's literally styrofoam that has been up there for probably 5 or 6 years before I got here. COPD is a type of disease. Sorry for your loss too, Isabel. That it sucks listening to her wheeze. We're not sure what she has. She's gone to a pulmonary specialist. So it's chronic pulmonary something disease. Is what COPD is. I don't remember what the O is. But obstructive. Isabel got it. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Yeah, she went to a pulmonary specialist, and he said he had to set her up at a future date to do more tests, real tests, because he just saw her that time. And she's got top grade insurance. She's got great insurance, right? 2 months. She has to wait 2 months to do those tests with that doctor. And it took her like a month and a half after seeing her regular doctor to send her to the other doctor, for the other doctor to contact her, because apparently she had to wait for them to contact her after the referral. She couldn't contact them. makes no damn sense. American healthcare is stupid. Even when you got great healthcare, it's still stupid. But thank you 11 people for being here. I love all 19 people that hit that thumbs up button. I'm going to pee my pants, so I'm going to let you go so I can go pee, and I will put this on some more tomorrow to finish out the rest of these stones. So I love y'all for watching. Thank you for being here. I love the community. I really appreciate it. It's for me, when I am carving stones, I either have to be listening to something at the same time. I need something that's distracting and entertaining along with carving the stones. Like just carving the stones, how well can you guys even hear me when I don't have the damn microphone? I completely forgot about the freaking mic. Like, what the hell am I doing? But anyways, I'm surprised you guys could hear me barely at all. Yeah, so like I was saying, I've been talking for 5 minutes without the mic, and now I got the mic, and now I'm like blaring in your guys' ears probably. So I'll try to remember that next time. But I'm gonna carve some more tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off, and then I have to work on Sunday. So I mean, I might carve more on Sunday, but I'm definitely carving more tomorrow because I have to get some more stuff up in my store. And if anybody liked that red and green and orange stone, that one's up in the store finally. I love y'all for watching. I'll see you soon. Come back and see me tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some during the day. You never know. We got a good nighttime crew, though. But I got to go because I'm swimming in urine. It's about to fill my lungs. Love y'all. Bye.